Some officers think they're untouchable, but when they cross the line, higher authorities step in to make sure that justice is served. Here are some foolish cops who paid the price for their actions. The third one faced not just termination, but lawsuits that turned his life upside down. First, we have a cop who was caught overstepping his bounds.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's the hurry?
I'm just in my way to work. I have like 11 minutes left.
You have 9 minutes left?
Yeah, I
Okay.
go in at 12.
Okay, and also, you're not staying in your lane.
I'm sorry, boss. I have a low tire. That's all it is.
Come back here and talk to me real quick.
Yeah.
Come back here.
The officer who went over 100 miles per hour was later identified as Jordan Hernandez, who had been with the Albuquerque police for 3 years. Soon after pulling him over, the officer could observe signs of impairment from Jordan.
Yeah, so you're doing so stand right here. So did you even see me on the freeway?
I didn't see you. I'm sorry.
Okay. You didn't see me at all?
No, sir.
You didn't see me at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay, were you doing a buck 12 and I turned around? I actually saw you in the median, I turned around, and I've been chasing you probably since the 2:12-ish.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, did you do a favor? You have your weapon on you, right?
What's that?
You have your weapon on you?
Yes, sir.
Let's put it in your car real quick.
Okay.
And your taser. Come back here.
Yes, sir.
Over here. When does shift start?
12, sir.
12? Okay, start here. So, Mr. Hernandez, where are you coming from?
Less than this.
Where do you live at in Las Lunas?
What's that?
Where do you live at?
Hunting ranch.
Officer Jordan was heading over to his late shift, and the other officer could smell alcohol on his breath. That's when he asked him to do the field sobriety test.
Ask you, why can't you stay in one lane?
Because I'm trying to log on to all my stuff and everything like that.
Okay. So, when did you start logging into it?
Honestly, I can show you. Like, I've been trying to log on and doing all my other stuff. That's the only reason.
Mr. Hernandez, when did you last drink alcohol?
Yesterday.
Okay, I'm gonna check your eyes real quick.
Okay.
Put your toes together. I'm gonna check your eyes.
Okay.
So nothing drink recently?
No, sir.
Okay, any major head injury?
Just a headache recently, but nothing crazy.
Okay. When did you graduate the academy?
About 3 years ago, sir.
Okay. Was I one of your instructors?
What's that?
Was I one of your instructors?
No, sir.
Okay. See my fingertip?
Yes, sir.
Follow my fingertip with your eyes only. And don't move your head.
Yes.
So, Mr. Hernandez, can you explain why I would smell alcohol from your breath?
I don't know why, sir.
Okay, here we go. Don't move your head. Mr. Hernandez, do you have a license?
On me, yeah.
Can I see it?
The officer could see his eyes bouncing off, which is a clear sign of impairment. Jordan stood in the middle of the road as the cop kept checking his eye.
Okay. Don't look at my knuckle, look at my fingertip, okay? Okay, same thing, I'm going up and down. Follow fingertip.
Yep.
Mr. Hernandez, 2 more quick tests. We'll possibly get you on your way.
The officer was almost certain that Hernandez was over the limit, but he kept doing the required tests, starting with the walk and turn test, which revealed his actual condition.
Directly in front. Head to your sides.
Can I take off my max?
You,
I can't see it over my bag.
sure, go ahead.
Okay. Can I put them on your hood?
You can put them in your car.
Okay. Sorry, I can't see over my hood or my max.
questions?
No, sir.
You feel understand what I want you to do?
Yes, sir.
Next up will be step number 1.
1, 2, 3,
How fun.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And just like that, the officer proceeded with the third test, where Jordan had difficulty lifting his leg.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Do you feel understand?
Yeah, can I?
Sure, you can face whichever way you want. Whenever you're ready, I'll tell you when to stop.
2001, 2002, 2003,
Okay, come over with me.
Apart from these tests, the officer also had some pretty simple tests for Jordan as he was following the protocol.
Yes, sir.
Come backwards from the number 58 to 43 backwards.
Yes, sir.
Don't sing them. Don't sing them.
Don't sing them?
Yeah, just come backwards.
Okay. 58, 57, 56, or sorry, 40 or 58 to where?
43.
43, okay. 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 44, 45, 44, 43.
You done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The alphabet.
Yes, sir.
Starting with the letter H as in Henry, stopping at the letter R as in Robert. Recite them forward. Don't sing them.
H star,
H star.
HIJKLMNOPQR.
Despite completing these tests with greater control, the officer had already made his decision as he proceeded to arrest his fellow officer for drunk driving.
Mr. Hernandez, I believe that you're well over the legal limit.
Okay.
Okay, go and take up your, so I will do the favor of that. Would you disagree with me?
I wouldn't agree with you, sir.
No, I said would you disagree with me?
I would disagree with you.
Okay.
Can I put it in my unit?
Sure. Did you do great in the fields? No. Do you know how to do the field sobriety test? Yes. Your speech. I've never heard you speak. The strong odor. Your eye movements. Okay.
Okay, but my eye movement and nothing else. Like,
Okay.
I'm not going to argue.
Well, I know you're not.
I'm good. Here.
Officer Jordan felt as if he had been hard done by the officer because he had passed the field sobriety test. However, the officer couldn't get over his blurry eye and the smell of alcohol.
Do you want me to give him a call?
We'll call him in a minute.
You honestly, you don't need to do all that. Like, I can.
Well, you can have your gun belt. Yeah.
What do you want?
Or this thing?
Yeah.
Did that come off?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're going to take it out. I mean,
Okay. Do you want me to put it in my unit?
Yeah. Do you have a t-shirt? Do you have a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Let's check out the APD.
Okay.
Go. Face front of my police car? Yep. Lower your hands.
The officer refused to give a breath test and was just taken to the police station.
You agree to take our test? Every time I'm asking for a breath test.
No, sir.
Okay, sir, I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your next driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. If you are convicted in court for driving while under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence if you have refused to be tested. Furthermore, you'll be charged with aggravated DWI, which you know. With that in mind, do you want to submit to a breath test?
No, sir.
Do you feel? Turn around. This way. Open your mouth. Lift your tongue. Open your mouth. It's now 12:06. Okay. And I'll take the phone from you. and then we'll call your sergeant. I gotta call my lieutenants anyway.
Officer Jordan was eventually charged with driving under the influence. He was placed on administrative leave following an internal investigation. Surprisingly, this wasn't the last time cops were caught drunk on duty. On May 3rd, 2024, Detective Victor Montalvo was driving his SUV when he just crashed it into his colleague's marked car. The detective had had a little too much to drink as he got out of the car and drew his gun from his waistband.
Verifying delay arrival.
Secure that. Gotcha.
And can you confirm is it correct?
Secure. Just stand there. I got you. Stand there. You okay? Okay. I want you to sit up for me. I want you to pull over here and I want you to sit against the wall.
Verify the QTA so I can update it with fire. Is it 7-1 lane or 7-2 street?
However, multiple officers arrived on the spot as they tried to take Victor away. One of the officers took his gun away, and he was made to sit on the side of the road.
I don't have my handheld. My car.
The detective ultimately confessed to the officers about drinking a little too much. He was eventually arrested and taken to the police station.
I guess working the road.
Who he hit?
Hit him.
You okay?
And this is
I can't stay here because we gotta take our 39. Got it?
He was given 2 criminal citations and pleaded not guilty to both. Eventually, he was relieved from duty by the Miami-Dade Police Department. If you think this detective was embarrassing, wait until you see the next one.
I can't go to the jet.
On January 23, 2017, a couple of police officers were on their routine patrol when they observed a driver sleeping inside his car. Soon, the cops went over to inquire about this situation.
He's breathing. I said he's breathing. I don't know. He's breathing. See if the door's unlocked. All right. Police! Open the window. Open the window. Sir, open the window. Open the window.
The cops later discovered the person inside the car was an East Cleveland police detective, Joe March. Instead of complying with the officer's commands, he did something idiotic.
Stop! Stop! I can't reach. Stop now! Hey, open the door. I can't go get the switch yet.
No! Stop! No!
No! No!
Put your
Police
hands
department,
up.
stop!
Put your hands up!
The cop had no other option but to break his window. However, he kept resisting and made matters tough for himself. It's beyond understanding why a law enforcement officer would behave this way with his fellow cops.
Right now! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! The doors are open. Keep them up! Keep them up now! Pull them out!
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Pull them out!
Get out of the car, I'm gonna tase you.
Fortunately, the officer swiftly resolved the troubling situation by handcuffing the detective, who was completely impaired.
Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
Copy 14.
I couldn't get into that window for nothing. I couldn't. It would not break.
Gun. Who do you work for?
What's going on with you? Why you my partner's a hard time? Who are you working for? Who you work for? Can you tell me who you work for, man?
Is this your work car?
What the hell's going on?
Oh, put me to.
All right, you're under arrest for operating a vehicle under the influence.
After making the arrest, the cops went over to search his vehicle, and they were shocked to discover a loaded automatic gun inside. It's terrifying to imagine what might have gone wrong if the cops didn't act on time.
This guy just started yesterday. Did he? Yeah.
What's going on? What's your name, bro? My name's Trusa. Brad. What's your name? So that's what we're gonna do.
Somebody gets
What do you?
arrested.
Come over with something else? Dog shit. That's why residents need to pick up their dog shit. If I stepped on it, you're on the other side. It's okay.
Did it against him?
No, I stepped in it, yep.
You always step on it.
Always.
All right, I'm gonna try to put it.
Oh, I'm gonna be really mad.
Oh, no, that's police. All right.
Always get it.
You guys got Garrison, somebody else at
Yeah,
station
that's
2?
fine. Are you okay with that? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm absolutely good with
All
that.
right, so then tell them to come to the station,
I will.
and then and go from there. Go from there.
Eventually, he was transported to the police station, where he had to undergo a breath test. Despite the detective's continued sense of entitlement, the officers maintained their respectful demeanor.
Calm down.
Calm.
All right.
You mean calm down?
We're gonna be calm, dude. Come on, don't go. You know. Easy on me, please. All right.
Officer Trusso. You can call me Vince, okay? I'm OIC tonight. All right? I'm gonna uncuff you. Joe, no problems, right? Oh, man to man.
You fucking kidding me?
Listen to me, man, okay? I'll just stand up and uncuff you, okay? I know.
You see.
We know that now. Listen, you weren't pulling drive. They'd have bust the windows out and everything.
They bust the windows out in the car?
Relax. Let me explain everything. Hold on. Chill. Okay? Alright, here's what's happening right now. You're being arrested for the OVI. You put my partners in a bad position. Okay?
Bro, I shouldn't be arrested for anything.
Listen. Well, you put them in a position. Then you start resisting.
I didn't resist anything.
Okay, listen.
I didn't resist
All right,
anything.
well, this is what we're doing. We're having some of your teammates are coming to pick the car up and everything. Joe.
Okay.
Listen,
Right.
with due respect, sir. Listen to me. I'm going to give you respect.
All right.
Listen to
Please
me.
do.
You're wasted. You sit down.
Listen.
Sit down, Joe.
Hey,
Joe,
how about
sit
that?
down. I know.
How about that?
Sit down. I understand that. Right. I can't drive around drunk and my weapon on me. We shouldn't be able to do that, sir. On top of it, you have all your turnout gear, your kit in the back.
Despite his resistance, he was getting special treatment from the officers because of his position.
But you put my teammates in a bad position. And I
How
get
do
it.
I put your guys in a bad position?
Joe, you were passed out on the side of the street, sir.
Okay.
You were passed out
So-
over there. Listen.
so-
Go ahead.
so-
Go ahead. You can talk.
No, go ahead.
You were passed out on the side of the street. My partner had to freaking knock on the window several times. You put it in park and went to drive away. And I know for a fact the way you're handling yourself right now, if this was EC and someone did that to you, you'd be doing the same fucking thing, sir.
You know what?
You know I'm right.
You know what? I'll
right?
tell you what. I'll tell you what.
You're starting to smirk because you know I'm right.
No, I'll tell you what. I probably would.
I know.
I probably would. But I would not jam up one of your guys.
What am I supposed to do?
You're jamming me up.
I'm not jamming you up.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
processing you and having your teammates come and get you.
Jamming me up, bro.
I'm not.
Jamming
Calm
me
down.
up.
The detective was still being difficult, but the officers never gave him any problems. At this point, any other ordinary citizen would have been behind bars, or at least handcuffed.
I'll tell you what. One day.
Don't fucking threaten me, dude.
No, I'm not. I'm not threatening you.
I don't fucking want to do this,
Well,
man. But
I'm threatening. Now I'm threatening.
Fucking listen.
Come on,
I don't
man.
want to fucking.
Hopefully
I don't,
there's cameras.
Yes, there is cameras.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right.
Thank
I
goodness.
don't want to do
I'm
this,
not
but
threatening
I don't want to do this.
I'm not threatening you at all. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Be a fucking man.
Okay.
However, slowly the detective started to feel better as the officer escorted him away from the interrogation room.
No good. I want a boss.
Fair enough, man.
I want Scott.
That done. You alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
For me.
I guess they said they were going to let you come with me. You want to come here?
I want Scott here. One of my bosses.
Okay. Alright, yeah, Don said just come on back to the station with us. Yeah, we can talk there.
Listen, I'm getting charged with DUI.
Okay.
I'm not all over that. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I'm on my boss now.
Okay.
That's
I understand. So they said you've been being cool with them. You know, they were just gonna let me take you in your car back to the barn.
Joe, I want my boss here.
Okay. All right, let me call Don and see if we can get him down here, okay?
No, not done that.
This detective was insane, but you'll be shocked to see how this sergeant was arrested by her juniors.
Come out the car.
Me?
Come out the car.
Go ahead.
Are you serious?
I'm good.
Are you serious?
I'm good.
Come to the back of the car.
As an officer approached the vehicle, he instructed the visibly flustered driver to step out. However, when the driver came out, the officer's expression quickly turned to disappointment.
Are you serious, Sarge? Really? You see how you're driving?
I have a friend with me.
Hey, Gomez, you on?
It turned out to be a colleague from work, Sergeant Andrea Smith. It was evident that she was intoxicated as she mumbled incoherently and even claimed to have a friend with her in the vehicle despite being alone.
Give me an O2, please. Stay in the back of the car, please. Hang on. Sarge, come out the car. Come out the car. Stay standing outside the car.
What did you say?
Stay right here. Sarge, stay right here.
The arresting officer returned to his cruiser momentarily. When he came back, he found that Sergeant Smith had gotten back into her vehicle. He then asked her to step out once more.
Smith. All right, gonna be performing some field sobriety testing today, okay? Are you willing to take these tests?
Absolutely.
So, are you wearing any contacts?
No.
No? Okay, so what about your shoes? Would you like to take your shoes off?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So we're gonna you're gonna come over here? Any injuries or anything like that? No? All right, so first thing we're gonna do, I need you to, huh? Oh, hold on, I'll be back.
Another officer arrived on the scene and informed Sergeant Smith that she would need to perform a field sobriety test. She consented, but the officer could not proceed with the test because someone called for his attention.
All right, Smith,
So, I mean, you was starting sobriety test, you started sobriety test because the sergeant told you not to?
yes, they advised me that Miramar is coming to take over.
Okay.
I mean, it started and now...
So in the middle of the sobriety test, it told you no, right?
Yeah, he told me to stop. My sergeant told me to stop. So.
Conflict of interest?
I don't know. I don't know. He told me to stop, and I'm just advising you that Miramar is coming to take over.
Okay.
All right? All right.
It turned out that the officer's sergeant had instructed him not to conduct the test and to let Miramar take over instead. Sergeant Smith appeared dissatisfied with this decision.
I should have read this shit up.
My phone is alone.
That's when we told you.
The special team eventually arrived on the scene, cuffing the intoxicated sergeant. During the questioning, she was barely able to form coherent sentences.
Is your badge in there?
What badge?
Where's your license on?
Any female?
Is it in your purse?
No. Just put it in the car and we'll fucking...
Somebody want to give your jewelry and stuff? License? The sergeant just asked you. Okay. What's a deal?
I don't know if I got my license. I got my number for you. You need my number?
You have a police badge or police ID? Like a police badge?
My drawing home.
Trisha.
As the officers continued to question her, Sergeant Smith became verbally combative and refused to cooperate. She even attempted to assert her authority by giving orders to the arresting officer.
Holloway. So she refused everything?
Okay. I didn't ask her for the breath test yet.
Okay, right.
She's probably gonna refuse that.
Yeah, she refused. almost said over here that you were shaking. 316? Listen.
The team had yet to conduct the field sobriety test, but they anticipated that Sergeant Smith would likely be uncooperative.
Treat me like this, like an animal? My own people? I'm gonna sue I'm gonna expose all that.
The DUI officer was taken into custody, and while being transported to jail in a police cruiser, she was caught on camera threatening to sue the department and expose them. The sergeant faced 2 charges and was relieved of her duty. However, her lawyer argued that the actions taken against her were retaliatory, claiming she was being punished for being a whistleblower. The officers upheld the law, even though the perpetrator was a colleague and a superior at that.
So what's the unlawful act?
Right now, it came in as a suspicious person.
And what statute is suspicious?
It has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. What's the law?
To determine what's going on. So all
I'm taking pictures in public.
Who you are. You're telling me you're doing something.
Okay.
That's fine, but I need to verify who you are.
No, you don't.
So in the event that something turns into something, I at least can say, all right, I went out and I spoke with this person. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be.
In January 2019, a Jersey cop attempted to violate a journalist's First Amendment rights. Little did the lawless cop know that this routine activity of his would lead to him getting an embarrassing schooling.
Working on a story for the township?
You're working on a story for the township?
Well, about the township for me.
For you?
Yes.
What are you making, a documentary?
It's a news story.
Story?
Yeah.
The police officer stopped the civilian, who was recording a video of a public building, and began questioning him as if he were a suspect.
Do you have ID?
I always have ID.
Okay, can you provide that?
No.
You can do whatever you want, but
just to
need to identify who you are.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I do, sir.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
And what law is that?
Well, it came in as a suspicious person. Anytime we investigate as to somebody calling in about suspicious, we need to at least identify who it is we spoke to. You're not in trouble in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, then I don't need to give ID.
Well, you do.
What law is that?
Shortly after, the officer made his motive clear by demanding the man's identification and claiming to have received a call about a suspicious person in the neighborhood. However, the man refused to provide his ID and questioned the officer's justification.
What law is that?
I'm investigating a crime. It's actually called obstruction if you fail to provide documentation. No, it's
quote that statute. Quote obstruction. Apparently you don't.
Sir, look, I'm not looking.
I have to commit an unlawful act and prevent you from performing your unlawful duty to be in violation of obstruction.
Noticing that the man remained unyielding, the officer warned that if the journalist continued to refuse cooperation, he could face charges of obstruction. But being fully aware of his rights, the civilian still did not budge.
Right now,
so what's the unlawful act?
Right now, it came in as a suspicious person.
And what statute is suspicious?
It has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. What's the law?
To determine what's going on. So
I'm taking pictures in public.
Who you are. You're telling me you're doing something.
Okay.
That's fine, but I need to verify who you are.
No, you don't.
So in the event that something turns into something, I at least can say, all right, I went out and I spoke with this person. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be.
No, you are.
Not really.
You can come out and say, good morning, sir, how you doing? Taking pictures, enjoying your First Amendment right to take pictures in public?
What was the first thing that I said to you today?
What are you doing?
I said, no, I said, how are you, sir?
Okay, how are you?
Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did.
So you just asked me what did I do, and I already told you what I said.
Okay.
I said, how are you? And I said, what are we doing? And you told me what you're doing.
And that's it.
Fine. And I explained to you why I need documentation from you, just to verify who you are.
The man questioned the officer, hoping to understand what he had done wrong, but the officer was unable to provide a lawful justification for his actions.
Okay, but you don't need to verify who I am.
I unfortunately do. Yes.
No, I have the right to privacy in public.
You do, to a certain degree.
Yeah,
okay.
And this is within that degree.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, if we're investigating it for suspicious because somebody called it in, it's not like we just...
It doesn't matter if somebody called it in.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so if you're outside on your property mowing your lawn and somebody says you're suspicious and the police come by, you have to give them your ID?
To verify that you live there, yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes,
it's
you
your
do.
property. Entitled to follow the law.
Which is this person.
Okay.
We just need to verify who you are and identify who you are.
And what statute is suspicious? What law am I breaking?
Sir, I'm not. I already went over this with you. I don't need to go.
And you haven't justified yourself yet.
I do. And listen, again, if you fail to provide your documentation, you can be placed under arrest for obstruction.
You think so?
Documentation, otherwise you are going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
Despite the journalist's claim to be exercising his First Amendment rights and right to privacy, the officer insisted that he had been identified as a suspicious person and threatened to arrest him.
I do not have identification on me.
Well, so then you lied to me, because when I first asked you if you had identification on you, you told me yes, I do.
Oh, I have fingerprints and retinas.
No, that's incorrect. I asked you, do you have documentation? Do you have identification?
I do not.
You can go back into your video recorder and you can verify. You have ID?
I always have ID.
Okay, can you provide that?
No.
Okay, so who are you then? Because we're going to have to verify who you are.
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Here's the other problem. Now you lied to me, so now I have a concern as to whether you're being truthful and honest with me. Do you understand?
Okay, well, you're not being truthful and honest with me because you haven't quoted the law yet. Then I'm required to show you ID.
I already explained to you what I need to
Supervisor.
do. If you fail to, there's actually a supervisor right there.
Okay.
As the confrontation grew heated, the civilian contradicted himself by claiming he had no identification, which the officer immediately pointed out. At that point, the man called for a supervisor.
And I don't need to have a supervisor anyway because I asked you for who you are.
Well, I'm asking for a supervisor. I did not lie about who I am.
I explained to you what happens if you fail to provide documentation. Now, if I find out you're lying to me, now you could be charged with hindering.
Do we have a sergeant?
Giving failed documentation.
No.
You have two sergeants, right?
Two? Okay.
What's going on?
So what is your name and what is your information?
I'm not answering any questions. Personal information.
Okay, well then you're going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
And what law is that, Sergeant?
He doesn't need to explain it to you.
Well, he does actually. He actually does.
All right, just hold on a second.
So let's find out.
Can I just ask you what you're doing here?
Yes, sir. I'm in public taking pictures of a public building, expressing my First Amendment right to freedom of press. I'm here to actually file a complaint.
Okay. You have that right. You have all those rights. You just
Thank you. Well, he appears to tell me that I don't.
Believing he had sufficient cause for an arrest, the agitated officer was about to charge the man with hindering. However, the supervisor intervened, making inquiries about why the civilian was there.
Just so you know, there are areas of this building that are posted.
Absolutely.
Off limits.
Yep, like the back of that parking lot there. It says restricted area. Can't go back there.
Areas or video those areas.
Absolutely.
Other than that, if you want to walk around with your camera, you can walk around with your camera.
And I don't need to show ID to do that.
You don't have to show ID right now.
The supervisor confirmed that the man was within his rights and did not need to show identification as long as he stayed out of restricted or private areas.
All right, sir?
How's that?
Well, that's incorrect, actually, in that respect.
Oh, is it? Is it? So your sergeant's wrong. So your sergeant's wrong? So your sergeant's...
We're not going to get to the argument in here. So we're all
Because I was just threatened with arrest for not providing identification. It's a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
All right, sir. But now we're clear on what's going on, right?
Is he?
Are we all clear?
Is he clear? Because I'm clear and you're clear.
Everybody here is clear, sir.
Very good, sir. Thank you.
Continue what you're doing.
I appreciate your help.
All right? You have a good day.
You too.
All right?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right?
Have a nice day, officer.
You too, sir.
Hope you learned something today.
The grumpy officer appeared visibly embarrassed upon hearing his supervisor's verdict and even argued that the supervisor was wrong. However, the supervisor promptly intervened and put an end to the argument.
And there they are, trying to figure out where I parked.
The civilian savored every moment, recording the officers, and at one point, he was even surrounded by 5 of them. To rub the shame in, he went back to the officers and asked the grumpy officer for his identification. The supervisor, well-versed in the law, intervened to prevent a potential lawsuit at the scene. In the last case for today, it seems that these security men might have never heard that civilians also have rights.
It's all on camera. I can run it back. It's all on camera. You'll see it on YouTube later, I promise. I'm allowed to do what I do. Y'all have to understand that while in public, you can be filmed. There's no expectation of privacy at all, buddy. At all.
In January 2020, this civilian was filming outside the Odell Oil Company in Belton, South Carolina, when he noticed a sign on the company's fence.
So today we are in Belton, South Carolina at the Odell Oil Company. This is where we are here. Look at that. Photographing or otherwise recording this facility or its operations is prohibited.
Continuing his tour, he noticed a similar restriction on the net fence, but knew that he was within his rights, so he kept on filming anyway.
Look at that. You gotta love that. Let's go see this sign here. This sign here says the same thing. That sign says the exact same thing. Access to this facility is limited. Photographing or otherwise recording. That's an interesting statement. We'll see how that goes.
The man was still filming the property when 2 individuals came out of a building on the premises to confront him.
So they don't have anything about recording here on this fence here. It's a visitor parking, it's back down that way. But they don't say anything about recording this property. They got something about Homeland Security on there. So you would think that they would know. I would hope they would. But again, we are down here in Belton, South Carolina. Oh, we got some interested people coming out here now, y'all. Look at them. I can't hear you. The whole facility, well, both of them really. Get some information on them. I'm sorry, brother, I can't hear you. A whole lot of information, honestly. A whole lot of it. Visitor parking is back along the side here, or is it in the gate on the side? Say what? We can't just give out our information. Oh, no. I didn't have any questions about it towards y'all. I can kind of find out what I need out this way.
The two men, identifying themselves as operators, informed the man that he could not gather private details and threatened to call the police.
Who are you?
I'm an operator here.
Operator here, what's your name?
So that's irrelevant.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Cav, your name? Okay, I was just asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Unfazed, the man encouraged them to proceed and call the cops. The men, who say they are operators of the company, refuse to tell the man their names when asked and proceed to call the police on him. But their threat didn't bother the man at all.
Yeah, inside the fence is. You said what I need pictures for? Well, I can't say it right now because it's not published. But you can call the people, that's fine.
One of the operators asked why the man needed pictures of private property, but the man refused to reveal his reason.
So he didn't want to give his name. But we're here, and they say it's private property, but that is a public utility right here and there. But they're going. So y'all stay tuned, please. So they decided to send somebody out here to talk to me, right? It's actually about to start raining. I wonder if he's gonna get out the vehicle. Come on, don't waste the trip. If you're gonna get out the car, come talk to me. You come on. You can come here. These guys completely, it's finna start raining, which is the crazy part. So I'm actually going to get soaking wet. But I'm in Belton, South Carolina at the oil company on a road here, 33 feet from the center line of the road. I have their property line in my phone, and there are public utilities all right here. Some are in their property, some are right here, which is outside of the fence, and their trespassing signs are on the fence, which is beyond me, very beyond me. And he's just sitting here. If you turn it sideways, you get a better picture. If you turn your phone sideways, you get a better picture. Hey, buddy, if you turn it sideways, you get a better picture. Let's go talk to him. And then here comes his buddy down here in the truck. Yeah, that's his buddy right there. They're all curious.
The man is rather excited about them calling the cops and continues filming, telling them that he'd continue his tour until the officers came around. The man clarified on camera that he was on private property, but asserted his right to film due to the presence of public utilities in the area. Shortly after, they sent someone in a car to monitor him.
Okay, but I'm trying to figure out where y'all are following me. It's like nobody here understands the rights that I have granted to me under the First Amendment. That's what's crazy. You know, this is all public property right here.
Yeah. No, this is a state property.
Which is public. State property is tax funded, which makes it public.
What are you trying to do?
So my tax dollars, your tax dollars pay for it.
I mean, it's suspicious, man. Report it, call it in, so.
I mean, that's fine. And again, I told the people over here to call the police, that's fine. I don't mind talking to them. But you see that public utility right there? If I want to walk all the way to that pole and record this property, I can because the city put that there. Okay. So that city property is public. I don't mean anybody no harm.
Someone finally came outside the fence to confront the man again. Arriving in a white Ford truck, the new man claimed that filming outside their property was suspicious and began taking pictures of him.
What's in the car? Huh?
Can I ask you what your intentions are?
My intentions is, I just want, again, I don't see these every day, so I stopped to take pictures of all these big oil wells here, because I don't see them every day. But it's like people are freaking out about it over a camera.
Well, it's kind of a touchy.
But y'all have cameras all over y'all facility.
No, we do.
So how is my camera any different than your camera? It isn't different, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just trying to spread education. That's all. If I can film, so can you film, and y'all cameras are rolling in there. There's no hurt, harm, or danger done here. None at all. I see all your prior notice about trespass. I haven't breached not one of them signs. 33 feet from the center line of the road is public property. And I also have the GIS survey of y'all's property line. I don't plan on coming on y'all property at all.
Can I ask your name?
I'm not giving that out. If the police officer want to come talk to me, I'll give him my name, maybe.
Okay.
But if y'all are gonna call him again, I'm not gonna leave. I'll stand right here because I don't mind talking to him. Are they on the way?
Not.
Oh, well, again, I mean, if y'all want to call him, I'm totally okay with that, brother. I have no problem with that. I don't. I'd be more than glad to talk to him.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out.
Yes,
thank you. So this is the guy that we just talked to, and he is following me now. This is what he's doing. So we're going to get his license plate and publish that, since he wants to be a butthole. This is also him in his vehicle.
The man points out to the company employee that none of them understood the First Amendment rights of U.S. citizens and goes on to lay it out for him. While being filmed, the employee asks for the man's intention, and he tells him why he was there and how he did not understand why they were shaky. So the employee left, or so he thought, as he spotted the man following him.
Hey, did they call you out here? They did? Along this public easement here? And I was taking pictures this way, that way, and back here, and they freaked out. They completely freaked out about it. And they was like, well, I'm gonna call the police. I said, that's fine. I don't mind talking because there's no crime being committed here.
Finally, Officer Parker from the Anderson County Sheriff's Department arrived on the scene, and the man explained the earlier events to him.
Hey, come over here, buddy. Yeah, you. Come here, please. I just need you to inform him of the First Amendment, that I'm allowed to record here in public, and I can be on my way. That's all I need from you, Officer Parker. Yeah. Can you please just inform him of my rights through the First Amendment, and I'm on my way. That's all I wanted. There's no hurt, harm, or danger done here. I was strictly filming. I'm sure y'all have been prompt on it because we sued Anderson a long time ago. I don't mean any hurt, harm, or danger by it, but these guys here completely freaked the hell out, and I don't know why. I just need him to be informed of my First Amendment right, and I can be on my way. I'm gonna come across the road because I got to get it on film that you told him for my protection. That's all. I told you I was coming back, buddy. I ain't want to be rude. I just want you to be informed and hear from someone else that I'm completely allowed to do what I'm doing.
So with him taking pictures, it's not a problem. Okay. If he goes on the property, kind of a different story.
We're just on as a terminal. We're on high alert anyway, so we're just making sure. Can you actually put video of me?
I'm allowed to.
He then calls out to one of the men to come over and speak to the officer. Officer Parker explained to the employee that as long as the man filming was not on their property, he had the right to film and take pictures.
I'm about to tell you that so we can be cordial. The first time you saw me, and I was cordial. No, I told you that I'm allowed to do what I'm doing. It's all on camera. I can run it back. It's all on camera. You'll see it on YouTube later, I promise. I'm allowed to do what I do. That's all it is. And I wanted her to come tell you because I didn't want you to think I was being a jerk about it. It's completely legal. And y'all have to understand that while in public, you can be filmed. There's no expectation of privacy at all, buddy. At all. And she can attest to that. I tried to be cordial with you, but y'all wasted resources and called them out here for no reason at all. There's nothing you can do about it.
As long as he's not, I mean, were you going behind the gate or anything?
Well, you walked in our driveway.
No, I didn't. I stayed on the sidewalk, and you kept talking to me. I said I couldn't hear you, and I came closer to hear you. It was a consensual conversation at that point, so please don't try to say I came to your property.
You was on the edge of our driveway here.
Because I couldn't hear you, which was then a consensual conversation that you engaged in. I came closer to hear you.
An employee informed the officer that the man's actions seemed suspicious and made them uncomfortable. They also requested that the officer instruct the man to stop recording, but that didn't happen.
I can't.
What can we do?
Build a brick wall.
If he goes behind the gate, we can put him on trespass from there. But as far as him being out here taking pictures, video, and I can't
do anything about it. I tried to tell you that, but y'all wasted resources.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, sir. How about you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm David, by the way.
Hey, David.
Thank you. It is. That's why I'm out here, actually. I'm about to go jump on my bike. I just tried to help these two gentlemen out here, and they didn't want to understand me, so they called this sweet officer out here and wasted resources when they could have asked me the same question, and I gave them the same answer, but they didn't want to listen to me. So now they're on the internet looking like fools because I tried to tell them. And those weren't my intentions. I tried to walk away, but then I saw her pulling up, and I figured that they called and wasted her sweet time out here.
The officer emphasized that the man recording had not violated any laws and there was no legal basis for intervention. Another employee emerged and the cameraman, David, jokingly explained the situation to him as well.
I'm sorry you had to come out here, Officer Parker.
You're fine. Just do me a favor, don't go behind the
Oh, I won't. And I told them, I have their property line on my phone. I checked the GIS survey. As long as I'm well within public property, it's a public utility pole. There no trespassing prior notice starts on the other side of that fence. I have no plans of breaching their property at all. None.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming out, all right? Yes, it was a pleasure having you here. Fellas, I'm sorry about the misunderstanding, but at least now you understand, all right? Thank y'all.
Next, this officer's abuse of power backfired spectacularly when her superiors hit her with a lawsuit.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Las Cruces PD. Ma'am? Las Cruces PD. Can you wake up?
Right now, let 950 know, let Central know that there is no male. That's right. You're the female passed down to passenger seat.
Yeah.
I'm calling in by the, we can hear a female.
Ma'am, can you get up? I need you to wake up. Who else is with you? Just you?
The woman passed out in the car was herself a Las Cruces police detective, Stephanie Carabajal. It seemed like she had a lot to drink, and the officers were not going to leave her alone.
Going on for the last 20 minutes.
No, I need you to get up. Get up. 950 Central 49. There's gonna be no male with this vehicle, just a female passed out.
Yeah, turn off the...
No, get up now.
This car up here, we're not sure.
Get out of the vehicle. Go ahead and get out of the vehicle for me. I'm giving you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. Do it now.
Your own lawful order?
Step out of the vehicle.
Okay, stupid.
Right here. Who else is with you?
What do you mean? Who else is with me? Look in the car.
Wait right there, ma'am. Wait right there.
What are you talking about?
Wait right there, ma'am.
This is my own lawful order.
Ma'am, just wait. Wait in the car. Wait in the car, please.
Look in the fucking car.
Wait in the car. That's what I'm asking you. Wait in the car.
This is bullshit. Look in your own fucking order. You want to look at my car?
Steph,
No,
look in the car.
Bullshit.
Just have a seat in the car.
Okay, then
have a seat in the car. Sit in the car. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Instead of carrying out field sobriety tests and arresting her for DUI, the officers proceeded to contact New Mexico State Police, urging them to investigate this incident. Meanwhile, Detective Carabajal was relaxing in her truck.
Yep. Oops. It is. There's a clutch right here. You got it? Okay. Right. I'll close the door, okay?
I'm sorry, the person you were...
As the officers waited for the supervisor to arrive, one of them went over to the witness who had called the cops over to hear what had transpired originally.
And I was going towards the movies, going on the highway, on the frontage. And I noticed these people were honking. I'm like, well, what are they honking at? And I looked to the right because she was in the... She was a white, younger girl. And she looked like that. I know they...
Like she was asleep?
Yeah, and so I freaked out because...
Was there anyone else in the truck with her? No.
And so I started honking and she had her window rolled down and I was like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. And then like she went straight.
When she said yeah, did she seem fine?
No, she didn't. That's why I followed her.
It seemed like the witness had done a great deed of following the drunk detective, else she might have caused some great harm to herself and the people on the road. Seeing her condition, she definitely should not be behind the wheel.
And she like turned to make like a U-turn, but she was like swerving. And I was like, you know what?
Like she was not maintaining her lane?
I was like, I better call the cops in case she is intoxicated or...
So you suspected she was driving drunk?
And because I'm afraid that, you know, she's going to end up killing herself, she's going to kill somebody else, and I'm going to be guilty for it. So she got off the freeway, on the highway, she went this way, and that's when I called 911, and I was following her, and then she like slowed down, but she's going 10 miles per hour on the right lane. And people...
How far was she going 10 miles an hour? Like how long?
Like, when I was like going, I don't know if she like noticed me again that I was following her or what, and that's when she pulled, and then she stopped right there, and she got out of her vehicle, and I asked her again, are you okay? She's like, yeah. And she went to the passenger side.
So she went from the driver's to the passenger seat? Did she just scoot over inside, or did she get out of the vehicle?
She got out of the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened when she got out?
The officers kept waiting for a supervisor to show up from the New Mexico State Police. However, the officers did have a point, as they didn't want any bias involved in the investigation. After 30 minutes of waiting, Deputy Chief Paul Brock arrived on the scene and confronted Detective Karabajal.
Right here on 70? Okay, was she on the right lane?
The deputy talked with the detective and eventually asked her to get off her vehicle. It was time that she did some field sobriety tests.
It's so cold. Can you please have my jacket?
However, surprisingly, the detective refused to conduct the field sobriety tests, leaving the deputy with no choice but to proceed with the arrest.
Okay, like the way you pulled me over?
I didn't see it. Okay.
I wasn't driving.
Despite being clearly intoxicated, she kept on arguing with the officers that she was just sitting on the passenger side of the car. However, the witness claimed that she just exchanged seats minutes before the cops arrived.
So you guys want to sit here and talk to me like I'm...
What questions do you have?
We're gonna play games, okay?
No, what questions do you have?
No, I don't have questions. So you're gonna arrest me for whatever you want.
You already played in the arrest.
I was in the passenger seat of the fucking car, and you're gonna arrest me for DWI. Got it. Passenger seat of DWI. Got it.
The police officers also took no heed to her cries and proceeded with the arrest. She was eventually taken to the police station where she was charged with aggravated driving while under the influence of an intoxicating liquor or drug and 1 count of blocking traffic. In December 2019, the Las Cruces Police Department fired Carabajal and suspended her license in 2021. However, the charges against her were dropped as the judge claimed that her rights to a quick trial were violated.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem?
On the 9th of October 2023, a drunk driver crashed his car into multiple cars. Shortly after, several police officers arrived and were conducting their investigation when an uninvited police chief showed up.
Hey, Ron, just pull that up and put it to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What is it?
The RMA.
I am not the police, okay? I came here with the ambulance. I want to make sure you're okay.
I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. I'm asking you if he's RMA or not.
Oh, yeah, no.
What?
Yeah, I get that. I'm not saying you aren't. I just want to make sure your head is okay. You have no other injuries that we need to be aware of.
I can't get any.
Can you tell me your first name at least?
The officers were surprised to see Chief Leonard Guida pulling over in civil clothes. Shortly after, the chief pulled over an on-duty sergeant for a weird reason.
Let me work this DWI, okay?
Come over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Come over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Get over here.
I'm on a DWI.
I'm asking you have 19.
The chief kept calling the sergeant over who refused, claiming that he had a DWI to work on. However, the chief persisted and even used force only to learn the lesson of a lifetime.
Chief, I'm working. I don't have time to argue about a jacket, okay?
Get over here. Don't touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem? Fuck. You grabbed me. Now get out of here before you get a problem.
Take him, man. Take him.
No, you're gonna go in.
Take him.
Drunk again. Whose keys are these?
They're mine.
Get out of here.
No.
Chief, get out of here or you're gonna get locked up.
No.
Chief, you're gonna get locked up. You're grabbing me 3 times, leave me alone. You're obstructing my DWI.
Billy, come over here.
Let him go.
The chief got embarrassed right in front of his juniors, but instead of learning his lesson and walking away, he persisted with his resentful demeanor and pulled over the sergeant once again.
That's the first thing. Billy,
I'm trying to get away from everybody.
Shut up, because you're in trouble now. Stop,
no, I'm not in
stop.
trouble.
Stop,
I'm not in
stop,
trouble.
stop.
You're going to be in trouble.
Stop,
You're
Billy,
gonna be in trouble.
Billy.
Chief, I'm working at DWI.
I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
You're in trouble because this is the first thing. First of all, I was about to say to you, you stupid. I was about to say to you, what do you need OEM for?
You're embarrassing me in front of the men about the jacket.
No. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. Now we got a real fucking problem, Billy.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
We do.
All right, you're going to have to go inside.
No, how about we do this?
No.
We go inside.
Billy, you're going to have to go inside right now with me.
Chief Guida had completely lost it, and it was evident that he was intoxicated way above the legal limit. However, he did something incredibly foolish right in the middle of a dangerous traffic stop.
And we're in a serious collision.
Billy, you're not doing anything when I'm on the scene, okay? You should know better than this, my friend.
No.
Listen to me.
Grab me.
No, I said come over here.
You're out of line. You grabbed me. It's on video.
Billy.
It's on video. I'm not going to argue with it. I have a crash to work.
Billy.
I have a job to do.
You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved.
Okay.
You're relieved.
No.
Billy, you have to understand something. You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved. Go in the headquarters and wait for me.
After my crash.
No, Billy, you're relieved.
I have officers here.
Billy.
Right here. They could get waffled because my car is blocking it.
Billy, you're relieved.
No, Chief.
No, Billy. Please, Billy. Don't. You're suspended, Billy.
I'm suspended?
Yes.
Okay. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
Yes.
The chief ended up suspending the sergeant for no apparent reason. This meant that he was cleared to go home, however. The chief kept on insisting that he follow him to the police station.
Come here.
I'm going home. We can't talk. I'm suspended.
No.
I'm suspended. I'm
going
going
to headquarters,
home.
and you're going to wait for me there.
No, I'm not. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
You're going to go into headquarters. You're going to wait for me there.
Let me work my crash. This is why I'm here.
Billy, you're suspended.
All right, if I'm suspended, then I'm not going to wait inside. Nothing more to say.
No, Billy. You have to. Let me just explain something to you. Billy, you're suspended.
Okay.
All right. Billy.
Yes.
Right now.
Okay.
Wait for me in there. That's an order.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put your car where my car is so our officers and first aid don't get run over, please? Thank you.
The poor sergeant was embarrassed in front of his team, and none of the officers could speak up against the corrupt chief. That's when he pulled over another officer and tried to justify his behavior.
See what happened there?
Yes, Chief.
What happened?
Some type of exchange between you and Sergeant Major.
Well, we're going to talk about that later. Everybody's got that. Billy's suspended. You really got this. What do you got here? What do you have?
We're trying to figure that out, Chief.
Go on, Billy. Go on.
The sergeant returned to his vehicle and was trying to get away from the scene. However, the chief was still not done as he once again came to him. This time, the conversation was more personal.
I mean, in there.
Yes, you're going to meet me in there. Go and put the dog in right now.
There's nowhere to put her. She's going to ruin things.
Okay, we'll leave her in the room, please. Go in.
I'm going. I got people on the road. I want to make sure they're safe. I want to run you over, so watch out.
No. Come on. Go ahead. You know I love you. Come on.
I know. What? What's wrong with you?
Stop. Billy.
Why would you do that to me?
Stop. Billy. Stop. You got enough problems already. Please.
Okay.
It appeared as if the officers knew each other personally. However, the sergeant drove away, forced to leave his traffic stop. On the other hand, this matter was immediately noticed by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. An investigation started into the case, and Chief Guida was placed on administrative leave with pay. Just a day later, the chief announced his retirement, which occurred 6 months ahead of schedule. Well, if you think this was intense, the next blue-on-blue moment will leave you stunned.
I work here. I work why you fucking mad. Get out of my
On the 31st of May 2013, Officer Robert Dubow from the Bergen County Police Department was conducting a traffic stop on the shoulder of the road. However, as Officer Dubow was in plain clothes, a state trooper from the New Jersey State Police observed this and pulled over behind the traffic stop to approach and confront the officer.
I'll do it if I want to. Picture ID.
The state trooper went over to demand the officer's ID, which he refused to give. The trooper then proceeded to draw his handgun out, intimidating the officer. As expected, the officer didn't like this gesture.
Good fucking reason why you're whipping your fucking weapon on me. I do. Right? I do. You had what? Armed robbery. You had police impersonation. I see what you got. Back up. But you leave. I gotta back up. No, you're not gonna tell me to leave here. This is my spot right here. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Nah, you don't. Apparently you don't. Eyes front. Why are you looking at me?
The state trooper claimed that recently there had been several carjackings during which the suspects impersonated police officers. Therefore, he kept demanding the officer's ID. Shortly after, Sergeant Gabriel Escobar, also in plain clothes, arrived at the scene. Suddenly, the situation escalated and the conversation took a darker turn.
Yeah, bullshit. I work here. I work why you fucking mad. Get out of my face. Get out of my Get out of here. Out of here. Don't fucking. Don't fucking. Don't what's going on out here. You don't know what's going on out here. You don't know what's going on out here. You know what your hands up there. Okay, come on. I work out here. I work out here. You don't know what's going on out here. You don't know what goes on out here. Fucking rule. Fucking rule. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know what goes on out here. You don't know what goes on out here. Go fly to your door. Force call me. Come on. All right.
The tempers escalated and both the officers went back and forth with each other, filled with profanity. Things were about to get even worse as the trooper tried to explain the reason for pulling over.
Yeah, costume. Go yourself. Costume out of here. Yeah, all right. You don't even worry. Know what goes on. I need you here. We want you here. I want you here. I want to wait. Nobody wants to hear. I don't want to hear. You pulled your fucking gun on me. Get the f*** scumbag. If you didn't have your uniform on, I'd wipe the street with you, bro. You pulled your gun on me. Fuck the police, scumbag. You saw my ID. A police. What the fuck do I look like to you? If I pulled my gun on you, how would you feel? If I pulled my gun on you, how would you feel? I mean, a police impersonator. Arrested for 3 of them in the last month. 3 of them in unmarked cars. Arrested police impersonator. So don't come out here fucking rocking a fucking uniform. You're better than anybody. You know who I am. Really? You know who I am. I don't know who you are. My ID. Arrested police impersonator with that.
It appeared as if the officers didn't like the troopers withdrawing his gun against them. However, eventually, both the sergeant and the officer identified themselves.
That's best, bro. Do they have this? Did I see that when I first walked in? Afterwards, scumbag. What, did I have my gun out after I saw that? Did I throw you out? Arrested police impersonator. That's right. Rookie move. It's a rookie move. I work out here. You know who I am. You know who I am. You know who I am. You see this? You know who I am. Get out of here. You know who I am. Rookie. Hey, Sergeant. Just let me get your name real quick. Escobar. What is that? Burton County Sheriff? Burton County PD. Very good. Escobar. What's that badge? 244. Escobar. 244.
Just as it appeared that the tempers had cooled down, the officers were engaged in a verbal dispute once again, and this time the officer was the aggressor.
Wait, take a picture of this. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mr. Tough Guy. Alright. Yeah. You don't know the story, bro. You don't know the story. You got 6 months, you just got out of the academy. Yeah, alright. You just got out of the academy. You see a uniform, that means I got out of the academy? No, because you're acting like a douchebag. Bro, you don't know the story. I just told you the story, and you're still acting like an asshole. What does that mean? I just told you the story. So when your plain clothes guys do that, do we do that to them? Well, listen, when our plain guys are out here working, they let us know. They let us know when our plain guys are out here working. Just out of curiosity, when you're working on Route 4, Route 46, you let us know? I don't come out to Route 4. Because you're not from here. You don't know shit about here. Where you from, fucking Morristown? That's right, because I only got 6 months on the job.
The trooper accepted the fact that he was a Tukey and was only trying to do his job. That's when he went to confront the sergeant, who tried to calm him down.
Because it's an issue now. Now it's an issue. First of all, I'm not going to make an issue of it. I work out here, all right? Oh, you're not making an issue out here? You come here ranting and raving, telling me to get the fuck out of here? You didn't just do that? I think we just settle this out here. I'm not going to say nothing. You want to point you for up? I'm telling you. I tried to explain it to you. We've had 3 police impersonators, cap vests and all. So we're ripping and stripping out here, robbing people. You know what? Carjacking, guns, the whole 9 yards. If you don't believe it, I want my detectives to call you. I want them to personally call you because I'm a rookie and I don't know what going on? Just calm down. Now, calm down.
Finally, the matter seemed to be resolved, as the sergeant had understood the reason for the stop. Eventually, the trooper drove away, and the officers continued with the stop.
Yeah. Are we getting anywhere yelling at each other? I'm not getting anywhere yelling at each other. Nah. All right? So, if that's the case, then you know what? No, I'm lying, bro. I'm lying. I come out here typically and put my gun out on police because that's what I do. That's what they teach us 6 months out of the academy to do. Why do I tell you that? I don't cops pulling a gun on them. I have a problem with that. Yeah, no shit. All right? Yeah. But I still tried to explain to you, and it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. I'm a rookie 6 months out of the job. Well, you know what? I want my detectives to call you personally. I'm calling you. I want them to call you personally because, you know what? Apparently my word's not good enough. So I'm going to leave it as is.
Soon after this incident, the Bergen County Police Department launched a statement claiming that neither the officers nor the trooper were at fault, as both of them were just doing their duties. However, it was later revealed that both Sergeant Escobar and Officer DeBow received some type of punishment for their behavior. It's just not senior officers who hold these idiot cops accountable, as this cop was owned by an Army veteran.
Who's your girlfriend or your baby mama?
The lady we just saw.
The lady right
we can
there.
see.
First of all, that's my wife, Marble. Okay.
Officer Cody Marler stood on the porch, unaware they were about to confront Army veteran Sergeant Syra Hawkins at his doorstep.
What's the problem?
The cops didn't bother giving the house a second look and kept stirring up trouble. As Sergeant Hawkins was still trying to figure out what was happening, Officer Marler appeared to be in a rush.
Y'all violating my rights right now. Which civil right are we violating? Why are you raising your voice?
Sergeant Hawkins began to feel uneasy about Marler's demeanor, but the officer showed no signs of easing up.
Why is he raising his voice? Okay. Are you threatening me?
As tensions escalated, Marler's rage got the better of him as he uttered words that would ultimately weigh heavily against him.
First of all, you came to my house and said, is that my girlfriend or my baby mama? No, you can eat it.
Hearing those disgraceful comments, Sergeant Hawkins quickly brought out his phone, causing Marler's demeanor to falter immediately.
You told me to eat it, right? Marler?
I messed up. I apologize.
Now that you won't
It appeared that Marler recognized his error, yet uncertainly lingered, as they were unsure if they were at the correct location.
Did you or did you not tell me to eat it?
Moments later, the officers finally faced the truth. Hawkins' wife and their 2 babies were inside, visibly terrified, sparking a surge of anger within him.
Are your children okay? Okay.
Do they look okay, guy?
Realizing the gravity of his mistake, Officer Marler faced just criticism and anger, leaving him with no choice but to retreat.
I told you I did 9 years in the military. That's a Sergeant Hawkins.
As Marler exited the house, Hawkins' focus shifted to the female officer, who had maintained a much more respectful demeanor throughout the altercation.
Let me explain, because we may
He
have
said he told me to eat it.
Finally, the female officer acknowledged their mistake, labeling all of this ordeal a miscommunication.
So it may have been a miscommunication between North Bay and our dispatch.
The female officer kept going back and forth before leaving the place altogether. However, this wasn't the end of this matter, as Officer Marler was fired from the police department days after the incident. Police Chief Aaron Roth even owned up to the mistake, issuing a sincere apology for his officer's blunder at the wrong address. Despite being fired from his job, Marler was hired by the Willits Police Department on November 17, 2022. But this wasn't the only time a corrupt cop was brought back to his place by his supervisor. This time, the reason was even more alarming.
He's 14, so why is he detained?
On January 14th, 2021, some Fuquay-Varina police officers approached 14-year-old Malcolm Ziegler in response to a call about a stolen dirt bike.
Go and put your hands back for me, okay? I did.
Malcolm did indeed own the bike, having legitimately purchased it from the thief. However, the officers were in no mood to listen to his explanation.
Oh my God, what did I do?
Despite being only 14 years old, the teenager remained composed and attempted to reason with the officer, clearly puzzled by the arrest.
Well, can I show you the bill of sale from where I bought it?
Despite the fact that the boy was just a minor, the cop didn't bother to reach out to his parents and instead proceeded with the arrest.
How old are you? Okay.
Moments later, a concerned neighbor witnessed the situation and did a huge favor to Malcolm.
Can you ring the doorbell and tell my dad to get that bill of sale somewhere in the house?
After a while, another neighbor came in trying to help, but it seemed like the officer had already made up his mind.
Get my dad. He's in the house. Just ring the doorbell.
As the officer was busy trying to put him inside the car, one good officer knocked down on his home and summoned his dad, who came out extremely distressed.
What is the guy's name that sold you the bike?
I think it's like telling me something.
He only had a brief stay outside as he quickly went back, trying to locate the bill of sale. A few minutes later, Malcolm's dad returned holding a plethora of documents, but the most important piece of paper was still missing.
These are the ones he just filled out because he was going to sell it.
Malcolm's patience was wearing thin, and he was finding ways to escape this troubling situation.
Do you need the dude's phone number that I bought it from? So I can give you his phone.
Just hold off on that for right now, okay? And we'll move forward then a little bit.
Rather than easing tensions and freeing Malcolm from his handcuffs, the officer took an entirely unnecessary course of action.
Yeah. So if you just go put your legs in for me for a second. All right, you got it. You're almost there.
Sorry, what's that shoe you wear, like a 14? Yeah,
all right, just hang tight for me, man, all right?
As he locked him inside, one of the officers who had witnessed everything approached, attempting to reason with his colleague.
He's 14. Yes.
Okay. So why is he detained?
Because that's a stolen...
The arresting officer wasn't clear with his intentions, and the other officer kept pressing him with more questions.
Obviously he's a juvenile, right?
Yeah.
Finally, the officer clarified to him that he had made the wrong decision to arrest him.
Ain't no sense having him sit in the car with handcuffs on.
The cop was left with no choice but to rectify his mistake. The officers kept going back and forth with each other until they reached a common ground.
So you wouldn't end up filing the petition?
No, but...
Finally, the supervisor arrived on the scene and wasted no time before passing his judgment on the matter.
We're gonna take the handcuffs off.
Yeah.
Malcolm was finally freed from the handcuffs after his father produced a bill of sale. Malcolm was illegally detained, and his family expressed their concerns, demanding that the officer be held accountable and charged for his misconduct. Meanwhile, the Fuquay-Varina Police Department claimed that they are pursuing an internal investigation into the case. However, that's not the last time an officer was immediately rectified by his boss. This time, he even did a walk of shame.
Hey, Sergeant, maybe you'll learn one day.
Thank you.
No problem.
On March 8th, 2023, an auditor was conducting a First Amendment audit of the Buchanan County Courthouse when Sergeant Chris Chesmore approached him. Here's what he had to say to him.
Yeah, I do.
Can I see that, please?
Oh, certainly.
The auditor, well aware of his rights, confidently refused to provide any ID, also injecting a hint of humor into the situation.
I'm Billy Crack.
It was clear that these tactics didn't amuse Sergeant Chesmore. Rather, he seemed to be getting increasingly agitated.
Excuse me? Don't touch me.
Touch you?
Yeah, you just did. You just bumped me. Why? For what? What did I do wrong?
You were told to leave. Blame me.
For what? What crime?
Let's go.
What crime did I do? I'm here to get papers.
The auditor knew his rights and refused to surrender to the sergeant's unlawful orders.
This ain't Russia.
Seeing the auditor not moving an inch, the sergeant opted to return, this time accompanied by another officer.
You work for me.
No.
You work for the people.
Do you live in Buchanan County?
It's none of your business.
The auditor absolutely owned the sergeant, and just when the other officer attempted to intervene sneakily, he ended up being swiftly shut down.
What's so funny, little boy? What's the First Amendment?
The auditor wasn't going to be intimidated so easily. Instead, he delivered a stern warning to the officers.
You want to be a little tyrant? Hey, get out of the public building.
I haven't.
Hey, he went up. Yeah, because you're not going to, and if you do, guess what? We'll have fun in court.
Once more, the auditor cracked a sudden joke, and predictably, the sergeant didn't seem to appreciate it in the slightest.
Not enough testosterone?
The sergeant persisted with his questions, prompting the auditor to deliver a much-needed lesson on the First Amendment.
Imagine swearing an oath to the Constitution yet you don't know.
The sergeant and the auditor engaged in a continuous back-and-forth exchange before the supervisor arrived, at which point the auditor began recounting the events that had transpired.
He needs educated. This is disgusting, what he's doing.
Meanwhile, the young officer tried to assert something, only to be promptly silenced.
Is this your first day on the job? I mean, come on. Captain, do you accept this behavior?
Finally, the moment of truth arrived, and the captain sided with the auditor, leaving the sergeant feeling defeated.
So you have no problem? No. Exactly.
But what happens when a junior officer holds a senior officer accountable after they have broken the law? Just like this police chief who learned his lesson.
Say hello, was that illegal?
No, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because of the wind intent violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it, that's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. That tag's not even on file.
I see, yes. Well, we have to catch up the bill to run it and everything like that, sir.
So I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebra.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Polk worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
The chief wasted no time before asserting his authority over the officer. Moments later, a female officer also joined in, but Chief Hemphill made no exceptions to her and continued to act entitled.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me
Sir,
over.
I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Are y'all gonna write me a ticket? Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Sir, we're just trying.
I'm the police chief of Zebulon. You wanna write me a ticket?
Why are you coming up to me like
write
that?
me a ticket?
I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping. Well, for one, the window tint's dark. You
I have
flashed your
blue
blue
lights in my car.
Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights in
Are
their
you writing me a ticket? Yes or no?
I'm conducting my investigation.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have your driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license. I'm fixing to make it a whole lot more. Your boss worked.
1111. I'm out here with Illinois.
Just like anybody else.
The female officer remained resolute in her duty, claiming that she makes no exceptions to the law. The chief, however, seemed to be too hung up on power and seemed to believe he was above the law.
Okay, so 2001 Dodge Ram truck, black and color, to Machine Construction Company out of Losersville. Registration showed expired, valid insurance, negative 99.
Just confirming Bravo Frank Mike 1175 BFM 1175. Yeah, sir, as I was explaining.
I don't want anything else from you.
Okay.
You let her do her job.
28 returns to a 2001 Dodge Ram truck, black color, to Machine Construction Company.
The chief was getting angry without any reason, despite the officers maintaining their composure and treating him with respect. He went over to sit in his car, and the officer went back trying to calm him down, but the chief was about to go on another power trip.
Yeah. What?
She's about bringing your driver's license back up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just
It's not a
confirming it's
Dodge
not.
Ram.
Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're
You
making.
must have anything back with that tag.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram
No,
now?
we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 9 on 5.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir.
Somebody run it wrong. Either you did or they did.
We're about to get the information.
Okay,
and get
I
it
got
back
your
to you.
chief on the phone right now. That's
Yes,
fine.
sir. I
That's fine.
understand.
That's fine.
Hemphill then tried to intimidate the officers, claiming that he had their chief on the phone. The officers at this point could do nothing but be shocked by the level of entitlement and ignorance shown by the chief.
Please.
I appreciate your service. I appreciate your service.
All right.
I'm just saying, I spoke to you guys. I didn't have to do that. I could have eased on by y'all. I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief,
I
I'm trying to be
spoke y'all.
respectful with you.
I understand
okay?
that. I understand
I'm not raising my voice or
I
nothing at
understand
you,
that.
right?
I understand
All
that.
right, let's.
But
man
I'm
to
trying
man,
to
let's
tell
be
you,
respectful to one
the
another,
only
okay?
thing I done wrong was spoke. Y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights
No,
at you.
sir. No, we were going to pull you up. Actually. Indian, I'm
No,
not
you
going to
won't.
lie to you. I'm
No,
telling
you
you straight up, okay?
Okay. All right.
But, like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officers with blue lights.
Or you threw
and
my
we've dealt with
she
them
threw
before.
my license if she is getting them for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'm just
Bring it
trying
till
to.
you get through.
I'm trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk any more about it.
All righty. Yes, very unprofessional.
The chief was soon let go, but the incident went viral online, receiving severe criticism across the board. That's when a third-party independent organization was called in to investigate the chief's actions. After the investigation, Jonathan Hemphill was given an oral reprimand and was asked to attend post-training related to anger and de-escalation. Well, surprisingly, that's not the only time a police chief was pulled over for a traffic violation.
Really?
On June 20th, 2023, a Henry County police officer was on his usual patrol route when he observed a person going 96 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. However, when the officer approached the car, he was in for a surprise.
Really? Yeah.
The officer had pulled over Henry County Sheriff Chief Deputy Michael Yarbrough. The chief gave him his license, and the officer proceeded to go to his police cruiser, where he made an interesting phone call to his friend, recounting the entire incident.
Hello? Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarbrough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped up Dodge Charger belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96 in a 35.
What was the issue? I mean, why is he speeding?
No reason. He's in an unmarked car. He just got a high horsepower car and decided he wanted to play.
It's your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do. I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm gonna ride his.
Well, the officer did indeed write him a speeding ticket and handed it to him. Remarkably, the chief owned up to his mistake and didn't try to escalate the situation or leverage his position to evade accountability.
Sir, here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. If you would sign right here. It's got a court date, time it must appear. Yes, sir. Please slow down and have a safe day.
After receiving the ticket, Yarbrough was suspended for 40 hours without pay for the severity of the traffic citation. However, every police interaction doesn't go as smoothly as the previous one.
Let me tell you something. You go to slow the damn, your job to slow the traffic down.
In June 2018, a cattle farmer, Doug Bailey, was carrying a trailer full of cattle when it suffered multiple flat tires and broke down. In need of assistance, Bailey contacted Lawrence County Sheriff Larry Dean, who dispatched 2 deputies to help the farmer. As the deputies were arriving, Bailey also flagged down a Georgia State Patrol trooper to help manage traffic around the trailer. Some hours after the incident, Sheriff Dean contacted his deputies only to find out that the state trooper wouldn't let them move the cattle. Agitated by this, the sheriff personally arrived at the scene and directly confronted the state trooper.
The first one here, so this is my show. Okay. All right, but no, this is my county, and this is my damn, it may be your interstate. You can call your damn supervisor. You can take your back and watch TV as far as I'm concerned. Well, they're doing this the safest way that I know. No, you the best that you know how. My men are just as capable of doing it as they do. There ain't no way no cattle can get out of here. Let me tell you something. You go to slow the damn, your job to slow the traffic down.
The farmer later explained how hot it was, and it was being really difficult for the cattle to be in this condition. The sheriff's anger wasn't coming down, as he continued to fume at the trooper.
There ain't no difference in backing that trailer. There ain't no difference in bringing a damn wrecker out here and got to turn around. There's no way these cattle could have got back on this interstate. These men out here, these cattle laid out and died, somebody's going to be responsible for them.
I understand that. All these lives went down there, stay right here.
That's right. All these lives, they're not on you. They on me. They on me and this man right here.
If I say for them to unload them cows, somebody has the cow.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I want to unload the cattle, I'll unload them on that damn trailer right now.
Hey, Sheriff. Give me a first. Can I talk with you for a second?
That's all right. I'm telling you. They done got these damn cattle off the interstate.
Well, the trooper did stay calm and silently listened to what the sheriff said to him. Moments later, the sheriff started talking to his deputies in an attempt to help the farmer remove his cattle.
The trailer's been broken down for about 2 hours. They wanted to unload all these cows right here on the shore of the interstate and try to load them in that trailer up there. Sheriff, I told them no. I said, we got a wrecker coming, we got somebody coming to jack up, get your spare tires on. Sheriff called his sergeant, told his sergeant to come out here and tell him to unload. The sergeant came out here and told his deputies to unload him. I said, no. I said, I've already called my corporal, we ain't doing it. And now Sheriff just came up here and wanted to show out. He told me I could get out of his county and go watch TV. I'm real hot right now. Yeah, absolutely. I'm proving all the best. Yeah, it's on.
As the sheriff got to the scene, the state trooper started to get away. He also called his supervisor to complain about what was happening.
Yeah, I need you out here. Sheriff, Daniel showed up, and he's showing out real bad, getting up in my face, pointing fingers in my face. And I'm trying my best to stay professional and calm right now. But he's telling me to get out of his county and go somewhere else. Simple.
That river has got you back there now.
Eventually, the situation did calm down, and Bailey was able to get his cattle back to his farm. However, 5 of his cows died the next morning from heat and stress, resulting in a loss of $3,000 for him. Sheriff Dean, on the other hand, claimed that he met with the state trooper and apologized about the entire incident and the language he used. The actions of the sheriff pales out in front of the confrontation these 2 police officers had between them.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy. You a boy.
Thank you.
On June 24, 2022, Sergeant James from the Hiawassee Police Department was out patrolling when he saw a driver speeding and driving recklessly. Soon, the sergeant activated his sirens and pulled the guy over.
Good evening. How are you doing? Doing well, and yourself? I'm doing all right. What's your hurry? You're very recklessly from the city all the way here, man. In and out of traffic, not using turn signal. Man, I watched you. It took me this long to catch up to you.
I'm sorry.
You were 70 plus.
I didn't think I was that bad.
I checked you at 65.
I'm sorry.
What's your hurry?
I gotta get my medication.
You gonna try to kill people over medication?
No, well, it helps with my anxiety.
If that car in front of you would have slammed on brakes, you would have caused a wreck right here.
The sergeant asked for the driver's ID as he proceeded to question him about his medical condition.
What kind of medication is it?
It's for bipolar and anxiety.
Okay, I don't think that medicine would make you drive the way you were driving.
No, because it's starting to wear off. I was expecting to be home all night.
It's starting to wear off?
Yeah.
How many times a day you take it?
One when after I eat breakfast, I take one at 9 o'clock, one at 2 o'clock, and then one in the evening. And it's starting to wear, I can feel my head starting to...
Well, the way you were driving,
that's why I'm taking the medication.
Well, maybe you don't need to be driving at all.
No, as long as I'm on medication.
Well, why don't you take your medication with you?
Because I expected to be home.
Hang tight.
The sergeant returned to his police cruiser, where he wrote a speeding ticket and went over to give it to the driver. However, just as he was about to leave the scene, Sheriff Ken Henderson attempted to talk to the driver, thus purposely interfering with his traffic stop. Agitated by this, the sergeant went over to confront him, leading to a massive brawl.
For reckless driving or any of that, I wrote you for speed, just like I told you, 65 and a 45. I did put what you say and what I observed, okay? Your court date is August 8th. All right, watch coming through town like that, man.
Oh, yeah,
Traffic's heavy, okay? All right, be careful.
Sir, got a question. Yes, come on, man.
Inside the city or out here?
Just right here.
Okay.
Go pull the video at Valero. You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Yeah, I'll arrest you right now.
Do it, buddy.
And we're going to
do it.
Charges against your ignorance.
Do it, Ode.
Go for it.
Do it. There's cameras at Valero, and there's cameras at Napa that see you pulled out.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy. You a...
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Count 302, status check.
This heated exchange clearly shows a rift between the police department and the sheriff's office. Soon after the incident, the Hiawassee police chief apologized for the incident, noting that the department would continue to work for the public. As of now, there haven't been any internal investigations into the matter, and none of the officers have been confronted about this. And this time, we have a police officer going head-to-head with a security official.
Shut the hell up. You're not getting front of the line pass. You accused us of...
all.
And why don't you want to talk?
Now you're not.
In August 2022, YouTuber Benjamin, more commonly known by the name Lofe, visited the Valley Fair amusement park in Shakopee, Minnesota, alongside another YouTuber to do some pranks and make content for his next video. Everything was going perfectly before he went over to confront a lady who he claimed had cut the line to a ride.
Dude, she's cutting in line. Why'd you cut the line?
Huh?
Why'd you cut the line?
I'm talking to my cousin.
No,
I'm not going on a ride.
No, I watched you though. You cut the whole line.
I'm talking to my cousin. All these people are waiting for their kids to get off. They're not in line.
No, but I've been waiting this whole time.
You can't get on here anyway. You're too tall.
What are you talking about? Yes, I can.
Okay. This one. You can't get on this ride. You're too tall.
Are you discriminating against me because I'm tall?
Hey, this dude. You know him? I mean, you can ask him, but he's not gonna let you on the ride. You're too tall.
No, but some of us are waiting and like out there all day, and she just cut the line.
You say I'm discriminating. All of these parents are waiting for their kids to get off the ride. None of them are waiting to get on the ride. None of them are waiting to get on the ride. There is no line. No.
The two ladies didn't seem to enjoy the YouTuber's prank and went over to complain about this to the security. However, what Lofe didn't expect was that the lady would go on to falsely accuse them of assault.
Over at the kids area recently.
The kids area?
We had a description of, well, two white guys and a black guy.
I'm half white.
I'm sure the victim didn't really take it
The victim?
test too. Sexual assault.
What?
They said, yeah, you guys grabbed her. You had a camera. That's why I'm thinking that camera.
We grabbed her?
Whoa, whoa!
Who?
We're gonna go take you guys back so she can see if she can identify you, and then we got SPD coming too. So we're just gonna.
What are you talking? Who did we grab?
I just got the report. So
this got blew way out of proportion, yo.
Grab?
Blew out of proportion. Were you there?
You talking about sexual assault.
Who did we grab?
We don't even know who you're talking about.
That's fine. You fit the description.
Are you a cop?
No, I'm not a cop.
All right, I'm leaving.
Suddenly, the mood started to shift for the YouTubers, as they had not done anything like that. The security official even alerted the cops who were on their way, and both of them were escorted out of the park.
Yeah, so we'll leave the park then. I'm not staying here with people like accusing us of. So what did we do?
We're gonna bring you up to the front, and then we get the person to come see if they can identify you.
Yeah, she grabbed. Dude, she touched us.
So now you were there. You just said you didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, we were there. We didn't grab anybody. It's all on camera. Detective, dude, why are you so mad?
Because you're walking away from me. You guys just admitted you were there.
We're not under arrest, so I don't need to listen to you.
We didn't do anything.
We didn't do. Oh, we literally have it all on video.
Okay, well then you have nothing to worry about. What you want to do is have small talk?
I'm asking you a question. What are you doing? Why is there 3 of them? You guys brought out the whole Avengers for this.
Come over here in the security office.
Why don't we not?
Well, if you're innocent, then I'll tell you what.
Why don't we not? You're not getting front of the line pass. You accused us of assault.
And why don't you want to talk?
Now you're not. Now you're gonna apologize.
This is private property.
That's
oh, okay. I'll step on.
At this point, you're literally harassing her.
Weapons of any kind.
I don't give. You bring. Oh my God.
She said 3 people assaulted. There is no way.
Get out of here.
Shortly after all 3 of them are escorted out of the park, an officer from the Shakopee Police Department arrives onto the scene and starts investigating the matter. Both of the YouTubers appear visibly frustrated at this point, as they were unfairly targeted by the accusation.
Hang on a second.
Is anything a problem?
Yeah. So what's going on today?
They walked up and accused us of assault. We have the whole thing on camera. We didn't do anything.
Okay. And I don't know much. I'm just trying to look into it, trying to get both sides of the story too. You're worried about recording. Everything's recording right here as well.
Are we under arrest or?
No, we're just being.
So we can leave. We can leave then.
You're being detained. Really free to look into something. If you want to get rough like that,
I'm not getting. I'm not getting rough.
You have an ID with you.
Yeah.
Break it out.
Why are we being detained?
We're looking into something right now.
I don't think we committed a crime for us to be asked questions for IDs and stuff.
So are we free to go?
Well, then you can go to jail if you'd like. If you're not going to identify yourself.
I'll identify myself, but like I'm confused.
I don't have an ID. Difficult, that's fine. We can do that.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm really not.
Okay.
The officer appeared tough and didn't give them any leverage whatsoever. At this point, both of them found themselves detained despite not having committed any crime whatsoever.
Genuinely like confused at what situation, because like we walked up and talked to somebody that was waiting for a ride. That's the only thing I can think of. We didn't touch anybody. We have it all on camera. We didn't touch anybody.
So much about touching.
What's this?